Hello, welcome back. We're in our living room today and we're going to completely transform this for the fall season. Let's go. So this is the current state of our living room. Everything is clean, we just need to decorate it. Whenever a new season rolls around, I always like to start with a clean and blank slate in the room that I'm working in. So I'm just going to clear out all of the previous decor that has been here and put it on the table so we can just start from scratch as we're decorating and transforming this space. If you're wondering what it looks like behind the scenes of an empty living room that we're decorating, this is it. All of the decor that was in the family room is now in here. This is my favorite way to do things because now I can see everything. I have everything out that I want to decorate with potentially. And then it just gets easier from there. I just will put everything in one by one. But it's definitely not a clean process by any means. We've had a gallery wall up on this wall ever since we moved in, so I think it's definitely time to change it up over here. I love these frames. They're from mixed tiles and they just stick right onto the wall and they are super easy to put up and take off. So very thankful for that. And I'm just really excited to revamp the look of this wall after so many years. I used to have this picture frame right above my bed, but I recently replaced this picture with a tapestry in my room. So now I just have this extra frame and I thought it would be perfect on this wall in my living room. And lucky for me, it fits in the molding almost perfectly and it is a great size. So since we already have this and we already have prints for it, I figured let's just save some money and use what we already have out here. I have a plethora of different art prints in this frame, but I ultimately chose this coastal mountainy one. This is a print that I made myself that I do have available on my Etsy shop, but I love the darker brown tones of this. I love how it's a little bit of a touch of coastal, but it still has that moody vibe with a darker brown color. Overall, I just really like this picture. I think it's neutral enough to go with any season, but because of the darker colors, it's perfect for the fall time. It's gonna flow really well with the other darker brown accents in the rest of my living room. A little tip if you're trying to hang a bigger frame, use a piece of tape that goes all the way across the frame and then mark where the hardware is on the frame where you're going to hang it on, and then measure that piece of tape in the middle of the wall, and then you can just drill your hole in the wall right where you marked on the piece of tape. This is one of our favorite tricks and never fails to get your picture hung right in the center on the first try. Time to decorate our beautiful sideboard. This is definitely my favorite furniture piece I have, but to decorate it, I'm just going to use this Chinese vintage Miju jar. This is a darker brown tone and just has so much character to it. It's also a huge size, so I really like to use it to scale with our huge sideboard. I'm putting these crabapple-y cherry-ish stems that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I love the minimal look of these and they're just so pretty in my opinion. Perfect for the fall time. They have a really dark red tone for the berries and the leaves are a really dark green color too. I love how pretty these are. Next to it, I'm going to stack some coffee table books, and I usually, if I can, like to include a darker coffee table book to contrast with the lighter one. And then I'm going to stack the stone mortar on top of that. And then next to that, I'm just going to place this gold woven magnifying glass. And then I'm going to stack another pair of books next to that, and these have the same colors as the other books, so they're kind of coordinating with each other, but they're not the exact same. Then I'm going to put this linen cozy pumpkin that's super cheap, like $7 off of Amazon. I'm going to stack that on top of this pile of books. Then on the other side, I'm going to use this charcoal vase that's from Zara, and then I'm just going to put a whole bunch of these picks from Hobby Lobby. These are Queen Anne's lace stems, and they're in the burgundy color. I love using these for fall. They are just so pretty in my opinion. I also love to use these as picks in my Christmas tree too. So when I bring these out for this season, they kind of stay out for a while, so definitely worth it. Because this vase is so big and I only bought 3 of these berry stems, it was feeling a little bit sparse. So I wanted to fill it up a bit using these willow stems from Pottery Barn. They come in a bundle and look so great on their own, but they also work so great as filler for an arrangement too. time to do our floating shelf area now. This is always very much trial and error for me, and I always end up changing it up just a little bit. You will see in the end how I actually decided to switch it up. But for the bottom, I'm just stacking these 2 coffee table books, and then I'm putting this little mini fluted lamp on one side. Then on the other side, I'm just gonna have these 2 candlesticks with these fluted burgundy candles from Hobby Lobby inside, and I'm just gonna pair this hearth and hand picture right next to the candles. I want to leave some blank negative space in this bottom shelf because the top 2 shelves have kind of a lot going on, and so to give your eyes a little bit of a break, I don't want to have too much on the bottom shelf. For the middle shelf, I'm going to lean these 2 coffee table books and then use this little pumpkin as a bookend. Then I'm going to take this brown picture and just put it in the center. I know I want to use this as kind of my focal point of the shelves, so I'm just going to stick that in the center. And then I'm going to garnish it with this gray vintage vase, and I'm just going to put these brown thistles inside. Then on the other side of the books, I'm going to stack these 2 coffee table books, and then I'm just going to place a pumpkin right on top of it. And this pumpkin's kind of off-centered. It's not in the middle of the books, but it's more off to the side for a more asymmetrical look. For the top shelf, I'm going to lean 2 other coffee table books on the opposite side of the wall, so it's diagonal from the other 2 coffee table books, and then I'm going to use this little wicker plant as a bookend for that side. Then I'm just going to take this wooden candle holder. This is actually from Hobby Lobby, but I'm using this all the time just for random little accent pieces like this. And then next to that, I'm just going to pair this vintage urn with this glossy brown McGee & Co vase right next to it. On our little side table in here, on this little bottom shelf, I'm going to just stack this Art of Home coffee table book. And then last year I painted these pumpkins. These are from Hobby Lobby, and I just painted them brown. So I'm just going to use one and stack it on top of the books and call it good. Now let's move on to decorating the coffee table. I want to make a little arrangement for the centerpiece. I have lots of these eucalyptus stems left over from what we didn't use in the arrangement on the sideboard, so I'm just going to use those. And then I'm going to use these burgundy Cosmo stems from Hobby Lobby as the little pop of color in this vase. And then I also have these seedy stems that I want to use as well, and this just fills in any gaps but also adds a different pop of color and texture to the entire arrangement. Placing that arrangement to the side of the coffee table, and then I'm going to stack these 2 bone boxes in the middle. And then on the other side, I'm going to use a large coffee table book and then stack this beautiful reclaimed wood tray on top of that. And then to garnish it, I'm just going to add these pears that I got from Amazon and just kind of stack them up against each other to act as a bowl filler. Now let's move on to the couch. I'm just going to add some throw pillows to every little corner of the couch. And when I'm doing this, I'm making sure one is a lighter linen-y color. And then I also want to have a darker brown accent on each corner to contrast. That way everything has similar colors, but it's not all the same. So it's coordinating, but it's not too matchy-matchy. I played around with using this pumpkin pillow here in the corner, and I love how it looks, but I don't like how you can't really see it when you're walking into the living room. So I also put it in this other corner, in the back corner, and I love that too. You'll have to let me know where you like the pumpkin pillow best, here in this corner or in the farther corner on the end. For this little side, I'm using this Pottery Barn pillow and then stacking this pillow from Laloy up against it. I love this Pottery Barn pillow. It has an embroidered feel to it. It is a beautiful dark brown color too, and you could tell the quality is so good, and I just love the stitching, the details. So pretty. 10 out of 10, definitely worth the money in my opinion. For our little cozy corner behind our tree, we have a little bench. So I always like to add some pillows here, and I'm just using that same technique where I have a darker brown one paired with a lighter linen colored one. And I'm also using this one that has both light and dark colors from Laloy on the other side too. This tree is from Cottage and Key. Definitely gonna be staying in my home forever. I absolutely love it. A little bit of a splurge, yes, but so worth it in my opinion. It totally beats buying like a whole bunch of Target trees every year. The quality, the height, the foliage, everything is just so perfect about it, and it looks so realistic too. On our brown velvet swivel chairs from Target, I'm gonna just place this throw blanket from Hearth and Hand with Magnolia, and then I'm gonna layer that and then layer our little brown boucle pillows that we always have on these couches just on top of that. I am loving the way the living room looks like this, but you'll have to let me know what you prefer. I wanted to include an option with shorter coffee table pieces because I don't like how tall this arrangement is, and I don't want it to get in the way of our TV. So instead, I'm going to move this arrangement over to the corner where our floating shelves are, and then I'm just going to replace it with this fluted candle from Target and call it good. I think I'm liking it like this just for practicality reasons, and I like the green that the arrangement throws in the corner, but you'll have to let me know which one you like better. Do you like it with the candle on the coffee table or with the bigger arrangement? If this is your first time here, I would love to have you stick around and subscribe. I post all kinds of decorating videos, a whole bunch of home makeover videos, and so much more. And please don't be shy in the comments. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions and everything you would change in this living room. I'm all ears and very open to opinions. Thank you guys so much for being here. You are the best. We'll see you next week in a new video. Bye.